We're now day 14 in the gate of haughtiness, in the Orchos Tzaddikim, in the Treasure for Life edition, and we're on page 68. We're in the middle of talking about arrogance and how we need to have balance, and a person should be very, very careful about praising themselves. We were warned yesterday in day 13 to be very careful about not praising ourselves. And what's about someone who is arrogant or taking pride or taking honor in wisdom and actions that he really doesn't have? That's the worst, is that you're not even there and you're taking praise, you're taking credit for things that you've not accomplished and not done. And such did our sages tell us. If people are praising you that you know 2 tractates of Talmud, but you really only know one. I only know one. Don't say, yeah, I'm just going to let them go with that mistake. Let them think. Kol shekain v'kol shekain shelo yate es ha'olam sheyizberu sheyesh bo malo she'en bo. Definitely a person should not lead on people to think that he has certain qualities that indeed he does not have. V'da she'anachnu mechuyavim sheyu kol ma'asenu miyuchadim l'shem habore yis'aleh. We have to be very, very careful that our actions be for the sake of heaven. Bagolui ubasaser. In what's out there in the world and also what's hidden. When we're inside, in the room of rooms in our own homes, the actions we do should be for the sake of heaven. V'chol ma'aseh avodas Elohim yeh lehagia el ritzono bilvad. Whatever we do should always be to fulfill the will of Hashem. Bilti ritzon bnei adam lekavos shevach al ma'aseu lekabel kavod ach yaseh hakol l'shem ha'el hamashkif el halev. Person, externally, you can do what people think is good. But what's inside? Oh, Hashem knows what's inside your heart. Hashem knows what's the intention. When you're giving that donation and you say don't tell anybody. Tell everybody. Don't tell everybody that, I'm just going to do it. Right? Hashem knows what the real intention is. Okay? Hashem knows what's really going on. And this is what the verse states. And by the way, you can fool everyone. You cannot fool Hashem. Because Hashem knows Bochen kloyos v'lev. Hashem knows what's in our heart. Hashem knows what's in our thoughts. Hashem knows what our intentions are, if they're pure or not. As the verse says, Ani Hashem choker lev bochen kloyos. In Jeremiah, we see the verse tells us, the hidden things are known to Hashem, our God. Hashem knows. Hashem examines the innards. Ve'omer hanistoros l'Hashem Elokeinu. Everything is revealed in front of Hashem. Even the things we think are hidden from everybody else, Hashem knows. Lochein, therefore, yeda hageya. The person who's arrogant, just know. Im lo yizoher bechochma u'bezrizus lehinotzim menagav. If he's not very, very meticulous to use his wisdom to protect himself from arrogance and quickly, even if he learned a lot of Torah and he does a lot of nice deeds for the community, he does good deeds, hu yorish Gehenim. At the end, he will inherit Gehenim, purgatory. Ki hayetzer orev lo, because you have to know the Yetzer Hara, the evil inclination, is there to attack him. Umevi ta'anos v'rayos lahavi ha'adam l'dei gaiva. And he gives you excuses to be arrogant. Oh, I'm just doing it. You've heard of people who put their names on buildings. They like to put their names everywhere, which is fine. Some people do it. I know someone who did it so that he was afraid that some of his children or grandchildren would go away from the way of the Torah. So he said, I want that when they walk the streets of Jerusalem, they'll see that every building was dedicated by, what did my grandparents give money to? What? They gave it to the study of Torah. And then they'll return to the ways of Torah. That's a very righteous way. And only Hashem knows if that was really righteous. Only Hashem knows. But then there are those who say, I'm giving it anonymously, but I really want people to know so that they will give. Do you really want people to give, or you want them to know? Right? Well, we will never know, and it's not our place to judge others. But it really is Hashem sees it in two dimensions. It's very clear. Hashem sees what's going on behind the surface. Hashem knows what we're thinking, and Hashem knows what we're planning. And the Yetzer Hara is very, very tricky when he tries to come up with a plan so everybody finds out of your good deeds, right? Kedei letordo mina olam. He's always looking for ways to get us to get the least possible reward for our good deeds. L'chein al yisatzel milanatzeach Yetzer Hara. Therefore, don't be lazy to overcome your Yetzer Hara yom yom, every single day. V'zinikra milchama gedola. This is the great war, the great battle, the great struggle with our Yetzer Hara to do things for the right purpose. As we've seen in the story of one of the pious men, shepaga ba'anoshim haboim min ha'milchama v'shalulu shlol gadol. Encountering men returning from the war with great spoils, he said to them, Amar lahem, shaftem min ha'milchama aktana. You have returned from the small war. The great war yet awaits you. They said to him, what are you talking about? What is the big war? Right? It is the Yetzer Hara, the evil inclination, and his army. That's the big war. Kikol oyev, because every enemy sheyesh lecha pam achas o shtayim o sholosh oz yaniachoscha. Any enemy that you have, you overcome him, you beat him once, you beat him twice, you beat him 3 times. Eventually, he says, okay, I'm not going to start with you again. Not the Yetzer Hara. Aval Yetzer eino posek mimcha af im yeh notzuach mea pamim. Even if you beat the evil inclination 100 times, still, he's going to keep coming back and keep coming back and keep coming back. As our sages told us, as the Mishnah tells us in Ethics of Our Fathers, don't believe in yourself and your capabilities till the day you die. Ki kol yomecha ye'erov lecha ulai talim einecha mimenu. He's going to be sitting there saying, maybe he's going to forget about me now. Rah, attack. Right? That's the Yetzer Hara. He wants to get us when we're down. He wants to get it. Every single day is a struggle. And if he wins you, bekalos shebekalos, sof yinatzachacha bechamuros shebechamuros. And if it defeats you in the slightest of the slight, in the end, he will defeat you in the severest of the severe. And since the arrogance is the foundation for many, many other negative traits, Gama Yetzer mishtatef u'misarif balev ha'adam v'chol inyan ha'yetzer hu lahachziv ha'emes u'la'ames ha'sheker. All he's trying to do is corrupt the truth and make the falsehood look truthful. Basically media. Right? V'hu melamed es ha'adam lihiskaus, and he teaches the person to be arrogant, to maybe lo ra'ayos, and he brings him proofs of why you should be arrogant in a tricky way. Therefore, the author tells us we have to be very, very tricky to overcome the Yetzer Hara. Hashem should bless us all that we should have the strength to understand the tricks of the Yetzer Hara.